Good day to everyone watching, and welcome to our Wildlife Ambassador Program live for the month of June. Hope that everyone is enjoying this bit of rainy weather that we got. Finally, it is. Welcome to our Wildlife Ambassador. Okay, sorry for that hiccup, guys. Slight technical difficulties. But yeah, I hope that everyone is having a great day. We'll be going through some exciting topics on this live. We'll be announcing the winner of our poster contest, giving you guys, or the winners actually, giving you guys some info on our ultra marathon, giving an update on the new World Screwworm infestation or the spread of it here in Belize, and several other topics. So without further ado, we'll go on into our One Health song by Bay C, our intro song at this point.
Before we jump into the basic One Health song, for those that don't know us, we are here with Dr. Isabelle.
Hi there.
We have our educator Max and myself, Aurora.
So I'm not properly labeled. But yes, do share and join.
BC Icon. Yeah. Listen me. Listen me, feature. Spread the one that's with the paper across the region. Listen me, feature. Listen me. Listen me News would like to introduce you to this brand new concept. One health, one Caribbean, one love. One health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. One health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. One health are the brand new concept to fight virus and diseases. Calling all of the various doctors. Let's work together to achieve this. Human doctor, animal doctor, the environmental doctor. Each one an important factor. The public health have a brand new chapter. A good example of chickpea. Even if it don't hurt you, then it still a hurt me. If you check the process, you will see it move from the environment to animal, then to we. First from the egg in the water, then from the water to the mosquito, then from the mosquito it goes straight to the people. But if we work together, then it leads to one health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. One health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. One health is not just for people with medical occupation. It is for the entire population. So we need everyone cooperation across the region. Improve food security, better solid waste management and water purity. Protect the habitat for you and me, for the animals on the land and the fish in the sea. One Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. One health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. Listen me. Enough respect to one health leaders. 12 countries across the region. To a health Caribbean, them a lead us. Let me miss out the island, Jamaica, Grenada, Guyana, Belize, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, Barbados, Dominica, Trinidad, Tobago, Haiti, Antigua. One health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. One health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. One health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong. One health, one Caribbean, one love. Together we're strong.
So that's our intro song from Bay C, just speaking a little bit on One Health. Now we'll be moving on into a couple of trivia questions that we have for you guys today. So we'll be showing some photos of these. Aurora, our hotline coordinator, will be reading them out to you guys. And I'll also be posting them to our story as well. So if you guys missed a question right now, you can go ahead and look it up in our story and I'll be right there. And we'll have some merchandise prizes for anyone who can comment all of the answers correctly in our comment section. The first to do so, that is.
So the first question will be, which of the following are examples of zoonosis? Remember, there might be more than one correct answer, so please, you can just list the answers for the questions that I will be reading out. I will be reading out the question again. Which of the following are examples of zoonosis? The other question will be, do you know my species and my life stage? And am I endangered? And again, remember, there might be more than one correct answer. So please list the right answers under the comment section. The other question will be, what will happen if wildlife like myself are fed by humans? What will happen if wildlife like myself are fed by humans? And again, there might be more than one correct answer, so please feel free to answer your answers on the comment section.
Alright guys, so remember also, if you guys miss those questions, they'll be available on our story. Whoever comments all of the correct answers first will get some prizes from us today. So then we'll be moving on to one of our more serious topics today. Again, we can't stress this enough, but road safety is an integral part of One Health, guys. It's going on the highway is one of the deadliest things that we do to our nature, to our animals, and it's one of the top ways that patients actually come into the BWRC is due to road traffic accidents, and we see a whole lot of fatalities over the weekend, or sorry, last week actually. We had a tragic accident of a pregnant tapir being unfortunately knocked down around Ladyville area. We can't stress enough that take your time, especially when driving at night and in rural areas, when you see bush around and you know something might be popping out across the road. Go slow. Watch on the side of the road for eye shine. If you do see that, turn down your high beams and slow down even more. This could be an animal about to cross the road and your high beams might cause it to freeze. I think we've all heard the saying, like a deer in the headlights. It's because a lot of these animals will just stop moving if they see these headlights coming their way. They don't really know what to make of it, and that really puts them and ourselves at a high risk. So let's do all that we can to avoid these tragedies in the future. Some other ones that we've seen here in the last month since our last live were down by Sleeping Giant, another rural area where people might like to speed. It's a long straight stretch. We've seen an ocelot and even a howler monkey knocked down in the past month as well, aside from the tragic pregnant tapir that we saw by Ladyville side. So yes, guys, please just take your time. You might be saving more lives than just your own by doing so. And we'll go into another song here now by the Belize Traffic Department's Road Safety Unit. Or transport.
This is a message from the second road safety project in Young Protege, the traffic man.
If you want overtake and no have time, then go do it. Go do it. If you like overtake on the wrong side, then stop do it. Stop do it. A lot of tragedy could have been get avoided, but enough of them still push it. Please wear your helmet at all times. Everybody must do it.
A lot of people really getting killed on the daily. Stop, think risky, think about safety. Think about your future, think about your family. Using the road is a responsibility. Stay alert cause life comes first. Don't overtake my hill nor curves. One bad move could take a turn for the worst. We don't want nobody else end up in a hearse. Cause One life lost is one too many. Look how much people we done lose already. We have to do better, drop the bad habits. You drive for me, and I drive for you. Pedestrians, we have to look out for them too. We can't let the cycle fi continue.
If you want overtake and don't have time, then don't do it. Don't do it. If you like overtake on the wrong side, then stop do it. Stop do it. A lot of tragedy could have been get avoided, but not for them still push it. Please wear your helmet at all times. Everybody must do it. Must do it.
Guys, well, we thank again the Belize Road Safety Unit for giving us that wonderful message in that music video. And again, activities like the clearing of land, humans encroaching further into natural habitats and pushing roads. Just the dry season here in Belize even does force these animals to have to cross the road in need of the resources, in search of the resources that they need. Sorry. So, for example, with the pregnant tapir that was knocked down, we have heard reports that it was regularly crossing in that area to have access to the river and larger body of water there. So, keep these things in mind, especially at night, especially when in rural areas, especially during the fire season. You never know when something can pop up in front of you. So, always be ready and always just take your time on the road. And next we'll be going on into another of our serious topics here for this live today. That will be the current update of the New World Screwworm here in Belize. I'll hand it over to Dr. Isabelle now.
All right. Well, thanks so much. And yeah, share the. So our first thanks go to BAHA, Belize Agricultural Health Authority, who shared this presentation with us. And we are just going to look a little bit at a snapshot there. Those of you who have followed us regularly know that we have talked about screwworm all along, and we encourage you to learn more from the get-go. But our current situation here in week 23 to 25, let's see, is that we have had 21 new cases, and the total number is now at 134 cases of screwworm reported in Belize. We have 1 new case in Orange Walk, 3 in Cayo, 16 in Toledo, and 1 in the Stank Creek district. And next slide. This is the maps with the dots on it. It's a little bit hard to see. Let's go to the next slide. So altogether 134 cases, again with the dots on the map here. Let's go to the next slide, and it breaks it down a little bit by affected communities. Now, I'm not going to read all of these communities in the Toledo district, but if any of you would like them and are missed it here, then please contact us and we will share that information with you. And let's go into the next district. In the Cayo district, so Toledo had 32 cases, Cayo district has 26 cases, and you can see the communities there from Waterhole, More Tomorrow, Corsalito, Cotton Trees, San Antonio, Roaring Creek, Negroman, Central Farm, Santa Elena, Agua Viva, Tea Kettle, Santa Martha, San Ignacio, Benque Viejo, Blackman Eddy, Aguacate Lagoon, Valley of Peace, San Jose Socots, Camalote, Santa Familia, Franks Eddy Village, Bullet Tree Falls, Springfield, Belmont, Santa Cruz, and 6, I believe that should be 7 miles, Chiquibol Road. So pretty much most communities are affected. It is widespread already. In Orange Walk, we have 3 communities in the Belize district, 4, and in Stank Creek, 5. And then in Toledo, we have a total of 80 cases now, and again here by community distribution. In the Cayo district, we have a total of 42 cases now, and on this slide you can see how many cases in which community. And next slide. So same here for the Orange Walk district with 3 cases, Belize district with 4, and Stun Creek with 5. This slide shows you how many cases are in which community. So here to a little bit of a strong picture, but very important, the species distribution. So how many of these cases that were reported in Belize were in cattle? That is now 49 cases were cattle. 46 cases, however, now were dogs, which is a lot of dogs. In the majority of the other countries around, from what I gathered, there were a lot more cattle cases than canine, and we seem to have a lot of cases in dogs. 17 cases in pigs, 16 in horses, 5 in sheep, and 1 goat. Yeah. So here are some more pictures of what these infestations can look like. Very infected wounds, oozing with bad smell, and the cleaning being done there. So what measures are taken when a case is reported? In a infested household, the wound will be cleaned and sprayed, and all of the larvae will be removed, as well as ivermectin will be administered, and any animal in the herd or household has to be inspected. Also, all the treatment, the animals in an affected herd or household will be treated prophylactically at that point to prevent them becoming infested with the fly. So in the different areas, we are differentiating between areas that are already infested with New World Screwworm, which is by now already the majority of the country, but they're the same what we just listed. So the wound will be disinfested. So the larvae will be collected from the wound and treated. All the animals will be inspected in that household. All the animals in that household or farm will be treated prophylactically, and education and awareness is done to prevent further spread. Within infested areas, animals should only be moved after inspection, and Baja provides a health inspection certificate. When we are now talking about moving animals into an area that is not yet infested with New World Screwworm, which at this point is only parts of the Orange Walk and Corozal district in the northern part of Belize, any animals that are moved into areas that are free of New World Screwworm need to be inspected and treated prior. A inspection certificate is required, and the animals need to be identified. There previously was a 90-day quarantine on any establishments that has now been removed. So further measures that are taken is surveillance around infested households or farms. So the first radius is 3 miles, and all animals within a 3-mile radius will be inspected, have their wounds treated, and have ivermectin 1% applied. Education and awareness is crucial for New World Screwworm. And then the next range of surveillance is outside the immediately infested zone, which is the control zone that is 6 miles around the reported cases, where again all wounds should be treated, education should be provided, and for any cases The larvae have to be collected out of the wound. The wound has to be treated, the animal has to be treated, and all animals in that farm or household have to be inspected and prophylactically treated in order to manage New World Screwworm. Next. What more has been done already? We have followed BWRC and seen them very active out there with radio spots on national radio, TV presentations, posts on social media, as well as some billboards around the country. We have helped on our end a little bit in our training sessions for the ambassador program, distributing some flyers, and we've also talked to all of our newly trained ambassadors about this disease to make them aware and support in the education department. Next. Animal control points or movement control points. There are still 3, 2 at the border points and 1 in Sand Hill. Next. And that is the end of this presentation that BWRC kindly shared with us. So I hope I presented this all correctly, because it is not mine. But we wanted to share a little bit the update. So screwworm is certainly spreading, the numbers are increasing, and what you need to be aware of is that any wounds should be inspected, should be treated, including with some insecticide that will keep out the screwworm fly from laying their eggs into these wounds. Remember, screwworms are very small at first, less than 2 millimeters in their first stage, and they develop very fast. They can develop in under 1 week in the wound and then already pupate and make hundreds more after each one. So daily checks on your animals, not allowing any wounds, treating any wounds that are there, or also any surgery, incisions, and the likes after normal procedures to prevent infestations. And if anything is seen or smelled, report immediately to BWRC. And I think we're going to put the number in the chat as well, because it wasn't here on the last slide, as to who to call. And yeah, there's a new billboard, but I don't think we have that to share quite yet. And that was what I had as a brief update, thanks to BWRC.
Yes, guys, and so their phone number, which, as Dr. Isabelle mentioned, we will be putting into the comment section, is going to be 822-0818. Again, that's 822-0818 or 822-0197. So either of those numbers you can reach out to, report any screwworm infestations in your livestock or in your area, and remember to go through the proper treatment measures. Discontamination, treatment with cyperchlor or some other form of insecticide to keep the fly out, and just being very, very both meticulous and consistent with your efforts is key with this. It does take a while to heal, but staying on top of it is the only way. And next we'll be going on to a video on our next zoonotic issue, which we have to keep an eye on. Thank God, very luckily, it's not here. It has not crossed our border yet, but we do hear about cases in Mexico, lots in the US. And that will be the current outbreak of avian influenza.
Hello, thank you for joining us for another talk on One Health and zoonosis. Today, I will give you a very brief presentation on another current zoonosis, being avian influenza. Let's see. And the gist of this entire series is to explain why protecting the environment and protecting animals and animal health ultimately protects us by using the example of zoonosis. So we will briefly talk about what is avian influenza, how common is it, its prevalence, how is it actually transmitted between species, what does it look like in animals as well as in humans, and most importantly, as always, the prevention. So avian influenza is caused by a virus. It's the avian influenza type A virus. There are several subparts to this virus that are used to describe it. This currently is the H5N1, but there are different combinations that can occur. So the key points already are that this occurs naturally in wild birds. It can spread to livestock where it causes high mortality. And the good news as well is that transmission to humans is very rare, but it can happen. It is highly monitored. It's a reportable disease because of its mortality that it carries. So how prevalent is it? It is present in over 100 species of birds, naturally occurs in water birds, and then it can infect domestic birds and cause significant mortalities. It can also infect other domestic species and wild species. It is, as said already, very rare in humans, but it can occur in humans. The transmission from human to human is also very rare and usually limited. It is transmitted via contact with infected birds. So this is saliva or mucus or fecal matter, as well as from the environment. The virus will enter its host through the eyes, nose, mouth, or be inhaled with dust. And it can also be acquired indirectly by touching contaminated surfaces and then touching eyes, nose, or mouth. So here we have a little graphic from the CDC again, showing how this can be transmitted from a sick bird by touching to eyes, nose, mouth, and or by having contact with the environment and these excrements. And then here the birds flapping their wings, aerosolizing this virus, which can then make it be inhaled. So in animals, there are low pathogenic influenza viruses that are not causing as many signs, where it's just ruffled feathers and decreased egg production. And then in the highly pathogenic avian influenza, there can be death without any signs within 2 days. Oops, sorry about that. So in humans, the symptoms range from no symptoms to mild to the possibility of severe symptoms with pneumonia, fever, cough, muscle and body aches, headaches, and shortness of breath. So this disease is certainly under observation because for now it does not transmit frequently to humans and it rarely causes severe symptoms. But as you may know, this can change over time. So observation is very, very important. So how to prevent this? First of all, avoiding contact with infected wild birds. So dead birds found are suspicious. Please do report them. Report to BAHA if you have high mortality in a chicken flock. Dead birds found should be reported as well so that they can be examined. Thoroughly cook your poultry and egg products. A general prevention for almost all diseases is to keep your hands clean when it's diseases that you can ingest. And if you are to deal with infected birds, then protective equipment with face masks, gloves, and coveralls are advised. And if any infection is suspected, as always, please seek medical advice immediately. And that is the end of today's zoonosis presentation on avian influenza. So to summarize, this is a disease of very high concern for poultry, domestic birds, production animals. And this disease is currently in North America and spreading, so we have to be on the lookout for it. Feel free, as always, to contact us with any questions. And thank you so much for your attention.
All right.
Okay.
Hope that was informative for you guys, that you all know a bit more about both screwworm and avian influenza at this point.
A couple of things to add on avian influenza that have changed or are new since we pre-recorded this is that there have been a number of new species affected by avian influenza, namely, or most importantly, cattle in the US. And it has spread back to humans from cattle and milk products. So that has been a new concern. And then most recently, we had a first case in a child in Mexico with the H1N5 virus that sadly succumbed to the infection. So we've had a first fatality due to avian influenza in Mexico already, and this disease continues to wreak havoc for the North American poultry production. I'm just saying the prices of eggs that's caused by the massive losses due to avian influenza. So the risk continues and continues to increase a little bit, and we hope you will be alert and contact BA with any questions or concerns on these reportable diseases. And don't hesitate to ask us any questions you may have via chat or email. And that's the end on avian influenza. And I think the next thing that we had on our agenda here was the ultra. We have an image. Yay! So it's happening. It's happening this week. It will be ultra, and it will be ultra small. We have very few challengers, but we are nonetheless very excited and also a little bit relieved because it will make it easier to keep everybody safe. This full challenge is a 220-kilometer plus foot race over 4 days, starts Thursday morning at 5:30 and ends on Sunday. So every morning starts at 5:30. We very much encourage the general public to come out to the Mountain Pine Ridge area. Go to our Facebook page. We have an event page for this, and we already shared a little bit as to where spectators could go. Highlights are Rio on Pools, and then Big Rock Falls, as well as 1,000-Foot Falls, and many others. But before I say anything else about this race, I wanted to start by saying thank you to our long list of sponsors for this event. So we will start by saying thank you to Billy's Sugar Industry, as well as Blanca-Novo Lodge and RFNG Insurance for becoming race sponsors. And then the list continues with a big time thanks to Ian Anderson's Caves Branch, Hamanasi Adventure and Dive Resort, Hanapu Adventures, Pelican Beach Resort, Mystic River, Alma del Rio, Up Close Belize, Mariposa Jungle Lodge, Cha Creek and Guavalim Cafe, and the spa at Chaw Creek, as well as Balance Point Wellness for sponsoring amazing awards and prizes for our participants. Big time thanks also to Hidden Valley Wilderness Lodge, also Itzamna Society and the Eligio Fanti National Park Rangers, and Belize Karst Habitat Conservation for supporting us in the run on the way with water stations, rangers, and other support to guide our ultra challengers. And let me see if I forgot anybody. I think that is the list of sponsors so far. Another big thanks goes to our volunteers that will be helping us for those days, and our team that serves as support crew on the run. So I think that is the most important things to be said. So please join us out there and contact us with any questions. On Thursday, we will be coming through Real One pools 3 times. And on Friday, the run will go all the way to Baldy Beacon, which may not be as easy to spectate because it's pretty far out. But then on Saturday, we will be between Hidden Valley and 1,000 Foot Falls. And there are many, many, many incredible wonders of nature for you to visit and spectate for that day. And same for Sunday. So yeah, shoot us any questions and join us. And thanks once more.
Guys, it will be the first of its kind here in Belize, the first ultra marathon. We're hoping it's a great one. We have as Dr. Isabelle mentioned, a slightly small group coming through for it, but it's going to be a really great event showcasing Belize's natural heritage. So if you guys want to come out and join us for it, you are very, very welcome to do so. And that takes us into our next big event, which is coming to a close. And that was our One Health poster contest. So that poster contest came with the theme of One Health, balancing human, animal, and environmental health, and why animal and environmental health matters so much to human health. So we got 3 very nice submissions, all from students, which we'll now be sharing with you guys. So this is our first submission, guys. This one is coming from Miss Noelle Canton from Corozal. And as you guys can see here, it's a really beautiful design. It does incorporate our little Venn diagram showing how One Health works, as well as showing some natural animals of Belize and some great messages as well. Mm-hmm. So you guys can see in the background, I think we even have the BWRC building in one location. Yes. And we want to say a huge thank you to Miss Noelle Canton for sending in this submission. We all really enjoyed seeing it. This is our second submission from Miss Danelli Correa from St. Edmund Campion Primary School, Roman Catholic Primary, in Tikal Village, Cayo District. So thank you to Miss Danelli Correa. This is also a very cute design. She did her own take on the Venn diagram. Also showing some human health, some animal health, and environmental health, how it's so important to us. So we thank both you and teacher Stephanie from St. Edmund Campion School for getting this submission to us. Thank you guys so much. And this third, this one is from Amara Lish from Kamalota Village. Also showing the connection between One Health and giving a very strong message about our road safety and animals, as this has been a real concern this year, what with the amount of wildcats that we've lost, this most recent pregnant tapir, it's a huge issue. So we really enjoyed seeing this submission as well, and seeing it highlight this problem, as well as we can see here the problem of land being cleared. So between ourselves, we had to make a very tough decision as to who might be the winner for this poster contest, our One Health competition. And eventually, we could not get the entire clinic to agree on any one poster, so we have decided to name all 3 of these submissions as a tie for our first place. This means that all three of the participants will be receiving some of the prize. The first prize will be split between the three, but they'll all also be getting merchandise, and we'll be sharing these posters to our social media and giving them some distribution throughout the country. So we thank you so very much for submitting these to us, guys. We really appreciate your work. We love seeing what your idea of One Health is and how you see human, environmental, and animal health being interconnected. It's really important. It's going to be really important in the future to come to keep our animals healthy, keep food safety, keep zoonotic risk, diseases at a low risk level, and yeah, just to keep us all healthier.
Yeah, we want to thank all the three participants because I know it's not easy to be drawing and making colors for um, different little objects in there. So thank you guys for playing a big role in this competition. I mean, it's not easy to be participating and making your ideas come together, and we really appreciate you. So yes.
Yeah, again, that's a big thank you to Miss Noelle Canton from Corozal, Miss Danelle Correa from Tea Kettle Village, and Miss Amara Lish from Kamalote Village. Thank you all. You are all winners in our One Health poster competition. So congratulations. All right, and that will take us on into our next topic, guys. Our monthly highlights. was being able to transfer a keel-billed toucan or national animal to the Belize Zoo after it was deemed unreleasable. These different groups that we're able to work with that might keep these animals as wildlife ambassadors to spread knowledge about their species to the people of Belize, we truly appreciate you. And yeah, it's nice to, even though this toucan could not be released back into the wild as it would not be able to make it, it's wonderful that we do have somewhere that we can send it where we are confident that it will receive the top care and lead a very important mission in spreading knowledge of its species. Alright, then also another thing worth mentioning is that in 2 days, June 18th, we have Veterinary Appreciation Day, guys. So if you know any vets, if you care for the work that they do, it's just a day to, you know, show your gratitude and, I don't know, maybe buy them an iced coffee, get them something to show how much you care about the work that they're doing, guys. Again, that's June 18th, Veterinarian Appreciation Day. Alright, and then now we're into our next topic, which will be the pesticide control. So, Pesticide Control Board is a great group here in Belize, guys. We all know people who use pesticides regularly. We see a lot of Roundup being sprayed here in Belize. We see a lot of stuff being used in the agricultural sector. But knowing the proper protocols for using pesticides and upholding the One Health standards is very important. These are poisons, guys. They can be detrimental to ourselves, to the environment, to any wildlife or domestic animals that come in contact with them. So knowing the proper protocols and how to use these pesticides is very important. You guys are going to see a short video kind of detailing how best to clean out pesticide bottles. But I would also like to mention before that, that you should never use pesticides upwind of yourself, other people, or areas that you don't want contaminated. You should never use pesticides if breeze is blowing stronger than 10 miles per hour, as this will really spread it around a lot. And you should always use the proper PPE or personal protective equipment when using these pesticides, as inhaling them can be very detrimental to your personal health as well. So without further ado, let's get into the video from the pesticide control.
Pesticide containers, let's go. Shake, 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 shake it up and down. Shake, 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 shake it side to side. Shake, shake, shake in a circular motion. Stop environmental pollution. Shake it up and down. Shake it side to side. Shake it in a circular motion. Stop environmental pollution. Inappropriate disposal can be harmful to our lives. Dispose of the empty containers according to national guidelines. Rinse the empty pesticide containers 3 times each with 30 seconds. Up and down 3 times, side to side 3 times, in a circular motion 3 times. Make we protect fluoridation when you follow their instructions. Definitely 99% of the chemical gone. Shake, 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 shake it up and down. Shake, 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 shake it side to side. Shake, shake, shake in a circular motion. Stop environmental pollution. Shake it up and down. Shake it side to side. Shake it in a circular motion. Stop environmental pollution.
Alright guys, and that does take us to the end of our topics. So again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors for the Ultra Marathon, to all of our contestants for the One Health poster contest, to Baja, to the Belize, to Pesticide Control Board, and all of these other groups promoting One Health here in Belize. And now we'll have Aurora giving us the answers to the 3 trivia questions that we saw here in the beginning. I don't think that anyone has commented, so I guess we have no winner for today, but we do have these questions posted to our story. We won't post the answers, so if anyone wants to still write into us, you can feel free to. Go ahead.
So the first question that we had read was, which of the following are examples of zoonosis? Again, I had emphasized that there are more than one answers, and the ones that are highlighted in green are the correct answers. So we have rabies, tuberculosis, avian influenza, raccoon roundworm, psittacosis, anthrax, ringworm, and for the other question we have did you know my species and life stage, and am I endangered? So it is a yellowhead parrot, and it's an adult, and my species is critically endangered and may soon go extinct if we are not protected. So this one had 3 correct answers, and the
So
other
that would be answers F, I, and L.
yes. So the other question was, what will happen if wildlife like myself are fed by humans? So we have 3 right answers, which are B, C, and D. You can be arrested for feeding wildlife. It creates a habituated large predator which may threaten animals. This can include your pet and human wildlife. It will give me debilitating diseases, and chicken is not my natural diet. So again, these are the answers for the questions.
Then guys, one more note on this particular question. We do have some great groups here in the country, like the Crocodile Research Coalition, ACES Wildlife Rescue, the Belize Zoo, the Forest Department, and ourselves, who you can always reach out to if you do see any human-crocodile conflict, or conflict with any other animals for that matter. But I would highly recommend reaching out to them in such cases. And now, finally, I would like to express our deep gratitude to a number of people here from our team at the BWRC. So we've had some very nice people help us out with transport in some cases here. We've had tour guide groups reach out, be willing to transport animals for us. We've had stuff coming in from a long distance, so that's been extremely helpful for us and our team. We've had some wonderful donations, both from Reimers Feed Mill and from Miss Johara Habet, one of our current interns here. So thank you very much, Johara. You've made it so that we can run a little more smoothly here at the BWRC. Also, we'd like to give a big thank you to both our interns and volunteers, as well as some visiting vets that we have at the moment. So a huge thank you goes out to Dr. Jade and Dr. Ruth, both visiting vets. Our current interns, Miss Emma Rosen and Johara Habet, as well as our steadfast volunteers here at the BWRC, Mr. Craig Gare and Mr. Simon Lotif. Thank you guys ever so much. A lot of the work being done at the BWRC would be impossible without your help. So really, we can't ever express our gratitude enough, and thank you would never be enough to say.
Yeah, and for those that we didn't mention your names, we do apologize, but it's so many that sometimes we do forget to name you, but thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And with this, we end the live.
Yeah, guys, so remember, if you ever see any wildlife in conflict, if animals are giving you trouble or if animals are in trouble, do reach out to us at 615-5159. Again, that's 615-5159 for our 24/7 hotline, where you can always receive assistance or advice regarding human-wildlife conflict, illegal wildlife trafficking, or any form of wildlife in trouble or giving you trouble. So anything anyone would like to add?
Perfect. No, nothing to add other than thanks so much for joining us. If you are still listening, we hope you have a good rest of the day and week, and we will see you soon again.
Definitely. And guys, again, feel free to reach out and come out to be a spectator at our ultra marathon. Sure, it'll be 4 days full of fun. So thank you ever so much.
Bye. Bye.